Welcome to this video series in which we'll be attempting to lift the veil and shine a light into the realms of the occult. In this series we'll be unearthing and diving beneath to discover the secrets of the hidden world that is, in fact, all around us. Although I call this series Unveiling the Dark Occult, it should be noted that occult knowledge is a neutral tool. In the same way that a knife is a tool, it can be used to prepare a nutritious dinner for your family, or used as a murder weapon. Therefore, it is the consciousness of the wielder that determines whether it's used for good or for evil. The word occult is derived from the Latin adjective occultus, meaning hidden from sight, which comes from the Latin verb occultare, to hide, to conceal, to keep secret. Both are in turn derived from the Latin noun occultus, meaning eye. The occult is the study of the hidden laws of nature. The laws of nature operate far more in the invisible world than that of the visible. Occultism involves the acceptance of a much wider view of nature than that which is commonly taken, especially within modern mainstream academia. The modern academy is anything but academic, consisting as merely a hollow shell of what it once was before. The modern university is less concerned with educating the populace and more focused on socially engineering them as compliant and obedient global citizens. Many universities have been reduced to nothing more than corporately financed, politically motivated indoctrination centres, pushing a materialist view of reality that rejects the realm of metaphysics, the existence of the spirit, and what would be considered to lie in the realms of the occult. An occultist is one who studies the hidden laws of nature while also engaging in the study of the self, in order to gain a greater understanding of the world around them. The oracle at Delphi was dedicated to the sun god Apollo and was built upon sacred springs in a place that was considered the centre of the world. The high priestesses of Apollo would answer questions regarding the future, often replying with cryptic and mysterious answers of which correct interpretations were subject to much argument and debate. In the fore-temple are written various maxims considered imperative for all those that entered. Written in great prominence at the entrance are the words, "Know thyself." There are many reasons why this knowledge has been hidden, including religious persecution and to keep it safe from those that would seek to abuse it. However, as we look at the world around us, it is clear that this knowledge has fallen into the wrong hands and purposefully hidden from the mass of society to keep them in ignorance. We all know the expression that knowledge is power, but few have considered how the purposeful hiding of knowledge would be carried out, and what type of power differential this would create. With access to this hidden knowledge, those that would abuse it are able to manipulate those who remain in ignorance. This small minority who have access to the occult, the hidden laws of nature, and that of the human mind, are then able to rule the masses of society and effectively fulfill the promise of the serpent in the garden and be as gods. One way in which the occult remains hidden is through the promotion of a materialistic, atheistic, mechanized view of the world. This is propagandized through corporate media, academia, politicians, and celebrities. However, when we look beyond the materialist paradigm, we begin to understand that the world is controlled through occult forces who have mastered the occult sciences and have advanced knowledge of human psychology and the mind. An unfortunate mindset that many people have is dismissing things like the occult as nonsense, crazy, and simply strange or kooky beliefs. There is also a concerted effort to mock and ridicule anyone who would look into this domain. Even if the occult is complete nonsense, or you personally don't believe in it, this simply doesn't matter, as others do believe in it and act upon these beliefs. Belief is an incredibly powerful weapon, as belief drives and determines action. Wars have been waged and empires built and shattered through the power of belief and the action that corresponded to that. To think that the beliefs of others have no impact upon you simply because you yourself do not believe in it is incredibly naive. However, it is this naivety and foolishness that allows the perpetuation of systems of dominance and oppression. Ask yourself the following question: can religious extremists act upon their beliefs in ways that affect people who don't believe what they believe? Particular religious groups also often refuse to look into the occult, believing it is synonymous with bad or evil. However, as I discussed, occult knowledge is a neutral tool that can be used for good or evil, based on the intentions of the wielder of this knowledge. To clearly distinguish between the different uses of this knowledge, occult knowledge that is used towards the expansion of human consciousness and morality is known as light occultism, and that which is used for manipulation, control, and suppression of consciousness is known as dark occultism. Practitioners of light occultism could be referred to as light occultists, magicians, light workers, or de-occultists, because they channel their energies and intention towards the revelation and dispensation of this hidden knowledge. This knowledge must be known, understood, and acted upon accordingly in order for freedom to be manifested. Light occultists have hidden occult knowledge in the past in order to prevent its complete eradication during exceedingly draconian times, and at other times to prevent it from falling into the hands of would-be dark occultists. Light occultists seek universal enlightenment through wisdom and personal responsibility, truth, love, and freedom. The great work of light occultists is the distribution of occult knowledge freely to humanity, thereby ending mental enslavement by eliminating the widespread ignorance that dark occultists exploit to gain and maintain their control through hidden knowledge. Practitioners of dark occultism could be referred to as dark occultists, sorcerers, or dark workers. Dark occultists have hidden occult knowledge in order to create and maintain a power differential between those who hold such knowledge and those who are ignorant of it. Dark occultists work through fear and manipulation to bring about compliance with their own selfish will. Their work is carried out in secrecy, and their aims and attempts are to limit freedom and prosperity for all but themselves. Dark occultists seek to keep humanity in a state of general unconsciousness and mental slavery, and seek to tighten that control until they completely dominate all of humanity. Their primary method for maintaining such levels of control is to keep the vast majority of humanity in a low vibrational state, and therefore locked in a permanent state of fear, anxiety, and despair. Dark occultists, it seems, have almost completely infiltrated and permeated all institutions and areas of life. They maintain their control over the human population through their manipulation of these institutions.
Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about the trouble and irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish fake stories that simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is not only possible, but relatively easy for them to accomplish, since the structures of these institutions is based upon hierarchy and compartmentalization, with many carrying out the will of dark occultists without even realizing it. Many would look at the world around them and be filled with despair and feel that all was lost. Many believe the signs indicate that we are at the end of times. Others predict an imminent ecological disaster, nuclear war, or complete societal collapse. We see this feeling of end times presented within popular entertainment, which is merely a representation of the unresolved collective shadow and abstracted presentations of this cosmological truth. The understanding within much of the collective consciousness, regardless of eschatology, is that apocalypse is on the horizon, and in fact, they may be right. However, they very likely do not understand the true meaning of the word apocalypse, which is derived from the Greek prefix apo, meaning away from or removed from, and the Greek verb kalapatine, which means to cover or conceal. Therefore, apocalypse literally means to uncover, reveal, disclose, or take out of hiding. Therefore, the apocalypse may well be the end of the world for some, but for others it may represent a new beginning. Therefore, we must continue to shine a light into the darkness and gain knowledge and understanding in order to free our own minds and others from systems of bondage and enslavement maintained through ignorance. So all hail the coming apocalypse. I hope you enjoyed this brief initiation into the world of the occult. In future videos, I'll be exploring topics like tarot, Kabbalah, the Emerald Tablets, alchemy, Hermeticism, secret societies, and much, much more. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing this video with your friends. If you'd like, perhaps join my Telegram group, which you can find in the links below this video.